about a good time. Anyway, that whole idea of every morning 8 a.m. kind of flopped since I couldn't seem to wake up at 8 in the morning every morning. But now I guess I'm going to say daily in the morning. How does that sound? So, okay, the history of this particular artwork attempt is that I thought I had cotton paper, but it's actually wood pulp, so that has been an obstacle. The apple's coming nice, rock's coming nice, background looks horrible, and the pear is coming nice. So if we can fix the background, we should be able to uh, do big things. I think I'm going to try to put some cool colors back here and a like a Payne's gray, but with I don't know what color this is. This is some kind of like burnt umber that's leaning blue. So I'm gonna try that as a starting point. Yeah, it's kind of a dark violet. Mix that with this blue here. Okay, looks good. Let's try this, which is some kind of ultramarine. Okay, that's great, but now we need to lean into, let's see what that color looks like. That looks okay. That's a definitely cool blue, but I'd really like to get some burnt umber in there, which I don't know if I have burnt umber. Let's see what this color is. Another Payne's gray type color. All right, so let's just mix some red. This looks like a good choice for some red. Let's see how that looks horrible. Now let's see about it gets it's another kind of ultramarine blue. All right, that's starting to look pretty good. Got the little tester here. Looks good. Okay, I'm gonna start up here because it just looks terrible up there. Doing a background that is going to be difficult to mess up is a good way to warm up the old, painting hand, that kind of thing. Um, Important to get warmed up before you start doing the important stuff. Let's see where it's happening here. Okay, that might be getting better. I have no idea. And I can't really tell on this paper. Can you? Hey, thumbs up and 15 people here. Thanks so much for joining in today, real time watercolor painting. I'm trying to do a cool colors in the background because I thought the apple, pear, and rock were all developing nicely, but the background looks like real hacking. So and since I haven't really painted anything all day, I'm just trying to get the old, into a warm ups just to, start using the brush and all of that and just be in the zone when if we finally get started. Trying to get cool blue, but a more interesting cool blue than what you get straight out of the tube, I guess. So let's see where that looks okay. And unfortunately, we got wood pulp paper here, so it's going to be a challenge and uphill battle to get something good. And like, I wish I never would have started on this paper, but we already got several hours of work on this, so let's just get the best version of Not So Great that we can. Let's see if we get a better outline of that pear. It's a hard line we got on that pear. Eventually, we definitely want a soft line. Hey, 2 thumbs up. Thanks so much for the 2 thumbs up. Very much appreciated. Once I got 18 thumbs up. That was a pretty amazing day. I can't remember what we were painting. I think it might have been, it was this. That was our last attempt, which was a photo of a pear on a piece of paper, and really we could be probably improving that apple, but the rest of this, I don't know if there's any room for improvement. I think it's just going to be pretty dismal for the life of the artwork. Oh yeah, and then we did this as a warm-up the other day because this is also wood pulp paper, and you know, I think that's the exact pear model, and this was nectarines, which we did at one point, and for wood pulp paper that's pretty darn good, I guess, but whatever. The background looks terrible still, so I don't know what to do. Gonna see it, just if we can get let's go a little bit more here. Okay, that's the end of the rock, and in terms of composition, having this rock like this so close to the edge of the pear, I thought was not really a great idea, but too late now. It's just try to paint a, you know, still life. That looks terrible, that background. Anyway, possibly we can fix up the background some magical way down the road. How about we try to get a, oh hi Mandela, thank you for the greeting, much appreciated, and thanks for everyone who stopped by for a visit today. I know I had said we're gonna do 8 a.m. every day, this real-time watercolor painting. I'm just gonna try to get this right here. This is kind of a bad place to have the rock end and the apple start, but too late now to really change that fundamental of the composition. Let's see if I cover up this one little red that's right there. And how about we try to get a good shadow right there. So with this other palette, which that was my main palette. Okay, so here I want to get cool shadow there, a little warmer down here. So this already is kind of cool. So let's just see if we can get that shadow right there. And I guess we go right here also. Let's get this a little bit more. Alright, so around here, let's try to go warmer because this is closer to the viewer. So I'm just going to add, I guess, this thing, which is a Primatech Violet. So let's see if we can just say, hello, I'm a warmer shadow. Okay, that looks warmer. So here we're going to come down and that's a pretty big area to be all one color, but we're going to go with that for right now. I think I'm just going to put a little bit of blue right up here just to say, hello, I'm farther away from the viewer than this. So we got you know, hopefully warm there, and then here we're going a little more cool. And you know, it's not even that noticeable, we hope, but it's when we hopefully when we get done. This looks just horrible up here. I don't know what to do about that. Um, anyway, this was the warm end, and gonna take a little more of the warm and put it here. If you see the Caravaggio paintings, he has very often this huge, very dark background, and you know, if we're lucky, we could get something down those lines. See if we can go a little more gray there. This is a good color we got there. I don't know how we managed that. And these white flecks that are still in there, I really don't mind them. I wish there was more of them all over the background, but there's not anyway. Okay, so time to jump into something meaty like either the rock. Let's see if we can get a wash on the rock that's gonna, you know, make the rock more 3D. I think what we want is a super light gray on the cool side, so we might not even have a, you know, pick up this other palette that has something like this. Okay, that's not really on the cool side. Okay, that's good. Let's just go with that. Ready? Here goes. Big time to commit to a color, and I think we're going to try to just get a whole wash right here. Okay, I don't want to hit the whole area, but we got a good spot there. And now I'm going to try a little bit lighter just by adding water and try to get this down here, because that's pretty nice what we got. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, it looks good. I can already see definition and depth forming and calling out to me from those last couple of paint strokes. And I'm going to put a layer right here. This was identified as a reddish area, so we had this really faint red there, so I'll go right in the middle here. See, you got this kind of a highlight gray, you know, in following this area, so I'm leaving that white for now, and that way you know, it helps us with definition, and we can hopefully make it look more perfect a little later. So here I want to go get a warm color because this is in front of this, closer to the viewer, and so I'm just going to take this red right here and see what we got. Okay, that's definitely warmer. And just to put a little subtle note right here, there is a shadow there. Okay, that looks good. So this definitely looks closer than anything else. And even though it's a bit obnoxious there, I'm going to even try to get this little V shape that's right there. So, um, okay. Hopefully that's going to fade out a little bit when it dries, but it's definitely coming forward, I'll say that for it. Other areas that we have red is like right here and right here. I mean, it's not really red, but it's reddish. So I'm going to see about, let me put some right there. Oh my gosh, that looks fantastic. Holy cow, shut up. A great good luck stroke there. While we're at it, I think we can try to augment this shadow, this with our fun red, which is coming forward, and you know, this probably out of this whole area is one of the forward things, items. The reason I don't like this line under the apple is because now we're suddenly look like we're floating there. I'm going to take ultramarine and get a strong gray, but super heavy on the ultramarine, and let's just see if we can go right here and make this look like it's going back, like it's farther away than say here. And it might be, I'm going to see the single light source here just to get an idea what's happening. So there's the single light source. Checking out this shadow here. So we got kind of a curved shadow, a highlighted shadow, and then a dark shadow way down there in the corner. So that here's the dark shadow. And then there's also a shadow which we hinted at, which is right there, which we could probably reinforce right now. Let's see if we can reinforce that. I really hate to do that right now, but it might be a help. So here, I'm going to leave the, I'll leave this gray area there, and we're just going to say, you know, we are the shadow of the apple. So let's see, and we had done it here in blue. So let's see if we just come here and make that apple shadow. Okay, so we're leaving this white line here just to help us with the definition as we go. And we could definitely get a nicer line right here. If this is the right brush for this particular line. Now we have that kind of bump on the pear, which is not great. I just found this brush. I don't know where it came from. I don't know if that's a good brush. It says Transon. I'm going to see what kind of line we get out of this. I mean, it looks pretty nice. Let's see. Well, looks okay. I mean, let's get, this is our, there we go. That's the cool blue we're just using. Let's see if we want to, I hate to have an outline on the pear, but I'm just going to see about doing this one little area. And that looks dumb. Okay. I'm going to take some water and try to dilute this to make it less, what do you call it? So here I'm trying to make this value more like negative space than a line, which for a minute there was starting to look like a line, and there would be nothing worse than having a line, an outline here or anywhere. So I'm just trying to soften that up. So now we're saying, hello, I'm negative space. I'm the rock behind the pear. So that looks pretty nice. Although there's not too much contrast. That'd be good if there was a lot more contrast. You know, this is kind of fading together. And probably shouldn't have started using that small brush. Anyway, let's bounce back to the bigger brush. I'm gonna just try the pear has a lot of development waiting to happen. I'm gonna see. Let's see if we can. Oh, excuse me. Thanks for everyone who has stopped by this morning for real-time watercolor painting, apple, pear, and rock. We are moaning and groaning that it's wood pulp paper. Oh, look at that right there. That is another fun thing that happens with wood pulp paper. I don't know if that's a fingerprint that had oil from the hand, or if that's a defect of the paper. But emerging like that out of the blue is another negative on the had another palette here. There it is. The supposedly dedicated yellow palette. Let me just see if the microphone was on this whole time. Yes, I think it looks like it. Okay. So many of my live streams, suddenly, mysteriously, the microphone goes out. All right, anyway, I'm going to take, well, I'm going to get this one color. It's called Rust. It's a slightly fluorescent green, yellow. I don't know why they call it rust. Doesn't really look like rust, but this will give the a bit of pop to our yellow, our wannabe yellow wash we're trying to do here. Okay, let's see where we got here. And this right here is, I believe, Hansa yellow, which is a color which I'm almost out of. And then we got some red over here. This, and just give it a rich hue. That looks great, I think, this color. All right, let's see what we can do with this color. Ready? And now these shadows with the single light source, they certainly are a lot better than the lack of shadow here. I'm going to stick with that for right now. Let's see if we can just come right here and, okay. Not exactly perfect, but let's try to go there. Looks good. We gotta go darker right here. Let's see what we got for something a little bit darker. That's nice. Let's see about this. Okay. Oh, that looks pretty good. And here I'd like to go erase some of this. So I just wet the brush a little bit. Oh, that looks great. Let's see what happens if we blot up. Okay, that looks pretty nice. Except it should be here also. I'm just gonna put the paint there. Okay, that looks good, but we gotta make this one darker. This is actually the shadow right there. So we come in with this kind of orange. Okay, looks good. I think, possibly. And have the here's time to, okay. This needs a much cleaner edge. A dark, I think, that covers over this whole bump, but it's not really a good time to try it right now. So just get a layer here. That is a good looking shadow. And you know, see about like a highlight right here. This might not produce a highlight because that paint is a couple days on there. Let's see what happens. Yeah, we got a highlight. How about that? Looking good. This one we got to tone down. I got this vague brownish here. Okay, that looks good. When this dries, we're going to make a cleaner edge. I think it seems pretty dry now. I'm going to lean back into that cool gray. And should I get a good line right here? That's great. Continue on in this shadow. Okay, and then here, this kind of ends abruptly. We gotta go there. Okay. Now we gotta say, hello, we are not actually a line that hugs the edge of the pear, but rather a shadow, which, okay, and then the shadow is more intense right here, and the paint is not behaving very well. This should be less intense. And this, we made a mistake earlier and it's not going away, but whatever, we gotta, I guess we're just gonna live with that. Let's see if it, maybe it'll leave now, we'll see. Okay, it's going away. So we got a hairline white line here, which we don't really want a white line there, but we definitely, you know, I didn't like that little bump that was in there. I think we're going to try to come up here too, as long as for some reason the paint is leaving in this area, and see if we can just okay, good. All right. Okay, I guess for our efforts, the pear is kind of looking better. Anyway, I guess it's time to go make some coffee. I think we're making advances. The rock looks better, pear looks better, the apple, we didn't touch it, and the background looks like heck, just like it always did. So, art fun, real-time watercolor painting, apple, pear, and rock.